And our top story, a high-speed luxury car crash has triggered massive outrage in Uttar Pradesh's Kanpur, and it's a CNN News 18 mega impact. The name of Shivam Mishra, son of a tobacco tycoon, has now been added to the FIR. This comes after an FIR was initially registered against an unknown person, despite the driver's identity being known. The incident took place on Sunday afternoon when a Lamborghini allegedly driven by Shivam Mishra went on a rampage, ramming into pedestrians, an auto rickshaw, as well as a motorcycle. 6 people were injured in the crash. Police have seized the supercar, but the driver was sent for medical examination, citing a possible medical emergency. What continues to raise serious questions is that there is no detention so far. Victims have filed complaints while the police maintain that the investigation is still underway, a case that once again puts the spotlight on privilege, power and police inaction, or the lack when it comes to these kind of cases emerging, with VVIP individuals driving these supercars with no fear of the law. Ladies and gentlemen, breaking news that's coming in. Police officers have arrived at the house of this particular individual where KK Mishra's bouncers were present. He is the tobacco tycoon. However, the door was not opened. After waiting for nearly 20 to 35 minutes, the police teams returned from the location. So you can see that when the police is also going to the home of this tobacco tycoon, when his son is under the spotlight, they knock on the door. The bouncers linked to the particular tycoon are present at the scene. But at the same time, what happens is that Shivam Mishra, who is at the center of this entire scandal, when the police are not able to find him, instead of barging into the home, trying to do a search when it comes to this person of interest, they simply just leave from the scene. Would that be extended? Would that kind of conduct be extended to the common man, to you or me, is the big question that is raised by, once again, a VVIP case coming to light where someone has no fear of the law and has bouncers present to even deter the police from conducting their investigation. That is the big piece of news that's coming in as the investigation into this entire case continues. Let's listen into what happened at the ground when it comes to this entire police investigation into this hit-and-run case.
देखिए, मैं आपको बताना चाहूँगा, ये हाई प्रोफाइल मामला था जिसमें हिट एंड रन का मामला था, जिसके बाद पहले तो इसमें एफआईआर लिखने में 4.5 घंटे लग गए। उसके बाद बाउंसर्स की मौजूदगी में कार को ग्वालटोली थाने में रखा गया और उसके बाद एफआईआर की फर्द में अब इसका नाम बढ़ा दिया गया है, जिसके बाद पुलिस के 2 सब इंस्पेक्टर, 2 कांस्टेबल इस वक्त जहां हम खड़े हैं, देखिए आप साफ देख सकते हैं कि 8/20 आर नगर यहाँ इस वक्त मौजूद है और पुलिस के ऑफिसर्स ने यहाँ दरवाज़ा खटखटाया और खटखटाने के बाद यहाँ किसी ने दरवाज़ा नहीं खोला। लगभग आधे घंटे तक प्रयास होने के बाद आप देख सकते हैं कि अंदर बाउंसर्स मौजूद हैं। 5 बाउंसर्स देखे जा सकते हैं जो वहाँ खड़े हैं, लेकिन दरवाज़ा किसी ने नहीं खोला। यानी कहीं ना कहीं पुलिस के नॉक करने के बाद भी इस दरवाजे को नहीं खोला गया और ऐसे में अब पुलिस की टीम निराश होकर यहाँ से लौटी और ये क्या माना जा रहा है कि अपने सीनियर ऑफिसर्स को इसको अवगत कराएंगे और पुलिस अपना नेक्स्ट प्रोसीजर करेगी, क्योंकि सब इंस्पेक्टर्स ने आइडेंटिटी बताई कि वो ग्वालटोली थाने से हैं और उसके बाद भी दरवाज़ा नहीं खोला गया। पहले जबकि देखिए माइक भी यहाँ सीसीटीवी कैमरा लगा है, उस कैमरे के ऑडियो कैमरा लगा, उसके उसने बताया यहाँ से कि मैं सब इंस्पेक्टर हूँ, ग्वालटोली थाने से हूँ, ये ऐसे मामले में पूछताछ के लिए है। उसके बाद भी दरवाज़ा नहीं खोला गया। 25 से 30 मिनट बाद यहाँ से टीम वापस लौट गई। अब अगर पुलिस के अधिकारियों की माने तो पुलिस ने जहाँ एक और फर्द में नाम बढ़ाया तो पुलिस की टीम अब जांच में जुटी है और ये अनुशासनहीनता है और कहीं ना कहीं पुलिस के लिए भी एक चैलेंज है कि पुलिस की टीम पहुंची है, उसको दरवाजा ना खोलना कहीं ना कहीं एक क्राइम की श्रेणी में जरूर आता है।
And I'm joined by my colleague Manmohan Rai, who is giving us that update from Ground Zero. Manmohan, ये बताइए कि ये काफ़ी एक स्ट्रेंज सिनारियो है जिसमें पुलिस जाती है अक्यूज के घर जांच करने, खटखटाती है, वहाँ के उनके बाउंसर्स मिलते हैं और फिर अगर पुलिस को कोई रिस्पॉन्ड नहीं करता है पुलिस को, वो वहीं से निकल जाते हैं। अगर कोई आम आदमी होता तो वो घर के अंदर एंट्री मारते, सर्चेस करते, पर यहाँ तो पुलिस आराम से निकल गई।
Absolutely right. You absolutely right. You know, that is what is the question being asked, and this story is viral on social media also. The police inaction is very evident and very clear in this case. Yesterday afternoon on Sunday, when this incident happened, the police failed to lodge the FIR for a couple of hours. It was almost after 4-5 hours that the FIR was lodged. That is one delay. The second point was that when the FIR was lodged, the name of the accused, Shivam Mishra, was skipped. It was not mentioned in the FIR. This is more intriguing because Shivam Mishra was seen there His videos and his photographs were viral. Everybody knew he was driving the car. It was in broad daylight that he was seen in the car. He was, in fact, rescued by his bouncers. And now, today, as you rightly pointed out, the police reached it. It knocked at the main door of the house, and after half an hour, when nobody opened, they returned. And you could very well see that the bouncers were present inside the house. There were a couple of relatives or family members on the terrace, which you can see in the video. But nobody bothered to open the gate, and the police also did not bother to really enter the premises.
Right, but this kind of a conduct would not be extended to anyone else, Manmohan. This kind of conduct would not be given to any common man in any part of this country where the police comes. You've committed a crime by ramming your supercar into pedestrians. So many people are injured. Nearly 10 people have been left injured by your actions. And the police, first, as you're pointing out, does not write your name in the FIR. And secondly, it sees your bouncers and it runs away.
Yes, that is what is talk of the town. That is what has made this case very shocking. The police callousness, the inaction is very evident. The police collusion is very evident because you deliberately skip writing his name when you can easily trace the accused. You can easily see the driver. He was there. The people saw him. He was rescued. His photos, videos were there in the smashed up car, and then you still don't write his name. Now, today, when you go to his home, you can see that people are present inside. There are bouncers inside. There are family members on the terrace. No, it is actually shocking at the apathy, the callousness of the police. There is some collusion which is evident, and let us see what happens in the case going forward.
Right. And what is expected in this case now going forward, given the fact that the police clearly just went away from the location from where, from the home of Shivam Mishra and KK Mishra, his father? Does it seem that the police will try again? Because I can't believe that such kid gloves are being used for a literal kid who had no fear of the law driving this supercar. Any pressure coming in on the police administration to take action? Have local politicians and even members of the Uttar Pradesh government taken note of this case? Because more pressure seems to be required when it comes to the police conduct for any action to be taken, because once again, this will be another case where an extremely influential, rich and powerful person will get away after pampering their son to a supercar, and them having no fear of the law. They're trying their level best to protect that individual.
Yeah, you use the right word. They're trying their double best to give them some space, give them a leeway to apply for bail and approach the court and get some relief. I think that is what, as you talked about the pressure. The pressure is not from the police or the administration, because had there been some serious pressure, some action would have been taken by now. The pressure is only of the public on the social media, of the people there in the neighborhood, the talk of the town. That is the only pressure that seems to be there for the police. Otherwise, the action is slow, and as you can see very well, it is slow and giving some space and leeway to the accused.
Right. Manmohan Rai, please stay with us.